Matthew 13, verse 30 to 58. Let them grow together until the harvest. And at harvest time I will tell the reapers first, gather the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned, but gather the wheat into my barn. The mustard seed. He gave them another parable to consider, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, and of all the seeds planted in the region, it is the smallest, but when it has grown, it is the largest of the garden herbs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air find shelter in its branches. The leaven. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like leaven, which a woman took and worked into 3 measures of flour until all of it was leavened. All these things Jesus said to the crowds in parables, and he said nothing to them without using a parable. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet. I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things unknown and unattainable that have been hidden from mankind since the foundation of the world. The weeds explained. Then he left the crowds and went into the house, and his disciples came to him, saying, explain clearly to us the parable of the weeds in the field. He answered, the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man, and the field is the world. And as for the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the weeds are the sons of the evil one. And the enemy who sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. So just as the weeds are gathered up and burned in the fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, those things by which people are led into sin, and all who practice evil, leading others into sin, and will throw them into the furnace of fire. In that place there will be weeping over sorrow and pain, and grinding of teeth over distress and anger. Then the righteous, those who seek the will of God, will shine forth, radiating the new life, like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear and heed my words. Hidden treasure. The kingdom of heaven is like a very precious treasure hidden in a field which a man found and hid again. Then in his joy he goes and sells all he has and buys that field, securing the treasure for himself. A costly pearl. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls, and upon finding a single pearl of great value, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. A dragnet. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet, which was lowered into the sea and gathered fish of every kind. And when it was full, they dragged it up on the beach, and they sat down and sorted out the good fish into baskets. But the worthless ones they threw away. So it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous, and throw the wicked into the furnace of fire. In that place there will be weeping over sorrow and pain, and grinding of teeth over distress and anger. Have you understood all these things? In the lessons of the parables, they said to Jesus, yes. He said to them, therefore, every scribe who has become a disciple of the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household who brings out of his treasure things that are new and fresh, and things that are old and familiar. Jesus revisits Nazareth. When Jesus had finished these parables, he left there, and after coming to Nazareth, his hometown, he began teaching them in their synagogue. And they were astonished and said, where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? What is the source of his authority? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And are not his brothers James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And his sisters, are they not living here among us? Where then did this man get all this wisdom and power? And they took offense at him, refusing to believe in him. But Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor, except in his hometown and in his own household. And he did not do many miracles there in Nazareth because of their unbelief. Thank you for joining me on my journey. May God bless you on your journey.